Okay, so this is the first class for our what I want to call a CompTIA A plus 220-901 and 902 training slash study group. Um, all of you registered, and we said that we're gonna go through the entire course together, prepare everybody for taking the certification test. If you didn't watch the kickoff video or you weren't there, CompTIA is a gender neutral certification organization. They say they're gender neutral, but once we go through the course, you'll see a lot of it is still very Windows focused, right? Microsoft focused. But with this newest edition of the test, the 901 series, they've added some additional Mac stuff as well as Linux stuff. Those are different operating systems that we'll go through over the course of over the throughout the course. But we all know, like, the reality of the situation is still maybe over 90% of computers in use today are running a Microsoft operating system, some version of Windows. Hopefully, you're not way back in the Windows 98, Windows 2000. Um, I can tell you, I used to train and manage the Geek Squad, having people call in and say they was running Windows 98. It happened. You know, people still using AOL, if you can remember that far back. But for now, we're focusing on preparing for the 901, 902 test. Like I said, I'm going to be breaking the classes up into two separate groups. One for Monday, Wednesday, and the other one for Tuesday, Thursday. Not to say that you can only get the class at that time. That's not going to be the case, because we're going to have a course material space on what's called a learning management system. You'll get a link and a registration, all that stuff. But it'll be a place where you can get all the videos, all the course content, know which chapters we're working from, that. So this functions as an online class. So, and if you've ever taken a class online before, it's not a situation all the time where you're quote unquote sitting in a classroom with the professor or instructor, but you have all of the course content available for that class or that week, and you have deliverables, right? You have this that's due on this day, and if you need to do a test or a project or whatever. So this class is going to function in the same way. We're also going to have two separate Google Hangouts, one for the Monday, Wednesday class, one for the Tuesday, Thursday class, where you always have this group space. So even if it's outside of our regularly scheduled programming, you guys can get together and say, let's huddle up and study, right? Or let's huddle up and review the videos about RAM because I just didn't get it. You know that I'm always available to you guys by Facebook chat is probably one of the easiest, or sending me a message through the Hangouts, sending me a personal Hangouts message to Mojo at mojoknows.com. Y'all know Mojo Knows ends with a Z because I try to tell people to be proud of what they know and never let anybody sleep on you. So the Z is to remind me of the people who try to sleep on my skills, right? Because I'll tell people in a minute, like, I dropped out of high school. I took my GED when I was 16 and aced it. At the time, the max was 300. I got a 293. So, um, it sounds like somebody is trying to call me through Facebook or something. I just heard ringing in my ears. Anyway, I'm sorry. So never let anybody tell you because you don't have a piece of paper or because you don't have a degree or even a certification that you can't do something, right? Because I originally started teaching this course before I even took the certification test. I took the class with Peter. Peter was like, Monique, you're really good. You have a good grasp of the information and you explain things really well to people. I think you should train. He made me his training assistant for his next class. And 3 months later, I was teaching A plus for $50 an hour without having taken the A plus test yet. So never let anybody sleep on the skills that you have and what you know and believe that you can do. And what we're gonna do is ace this CompTIA 220-901 and 902 test. So in order to become A plus certified, you need to take both tests. The 901, a lot of times people categorize it as hardware and software. So the 901 is hardware centric. It focuses on the inside parts of the computer, the outside attachments to the computer, which we refer to as peripherals, and just understanding the makeup of building a PC and how things all go together, um and then it gets into troubleshooting. And then the 902 is more software focused, so it gets into the operating systems, installing them, troubleshooting them. And like I said, for the 900 series, it's gotten into it's added some Mac and Linux focus for the 900 series. So we're going to go through the course. It usually is about 3 months. Understand that the registration fee that you paid is a drop in the bucket. This class costs $4,000. But I do this for my people, and so it's my way of giving back. There are approximately 9 million unfilled IT jobs out there. I want my peoples to get some of them. And the fact that we have more women signing up for classes to take is phenomenal for me, because people of color are a very small part of the IT industry, and then women of color is an even smaller group. So the fact that I can help people and bring them in and get them certified is how I give back. I feel like as long as you give things away, your hands are always open to receive, right? Um so tonight's class is about setting your computer up to run optimally for us to do this class. So like I said when I sent out the kickoff email, if you need to have a headset when we participate in these live chats. If I'm discussing a specific topic and you need to hear, it's easier for you to do it with a headset that has a microphone attached, as opposed to what we call over the air, which means listening through your computer speakers and or speaking through the microphone that's a part of the computer. That gives us a lot of feedback a lot of times, and using the headphones and the microphone greatly reduces that. I also ask that at times, then if we're in the class together, if you're not speaking, mute your microphone so that we can reduce the feedback and background noise. Um, we've had classes where people were literally cussing somebody out in the background and didn't realize that their mic was open. So I'm gonna share some resources with you guys tonight so that um you can optimize your computer, let me see. Who is? You can't call me while I'm giving the class. Hold on, guys. Yeah. I know our is having problems staying connected. I'm not connected. Somebody said they're not connected. And you guys will see that part of what we do. I'm always trying to make sure everybody's okay and everybody's in. So I'll be in and out. So the first thing I want everybody to do is to type in. So type in the chat what version of Windows you're using on your computer right now. The computer that you're on. I, when we have these times, I ask for class participation. I need y'all. I need to know you there. Lynn, you said 7 or 10. What you using right now? Okay. Se- uh, 7. Okay. We got a 10. We got a 7 home premium. I think the one I'm using is 7 enterprise. I mean, elite, ultimate. Lynn is 10. Who's that? Saki, you made
Yay.
it. um, Matthew said, using a Mac, should I obtain uh Windows for the course? Um, to be able to access the videos and such, you don't need a Windows PC, but a lot of the resources that we share are Windows based, and I don't have like the Mac versions of them. And I want you to become familiar with, you know, the Windows machines because that's going to be the focus of the test. It says, and but I think it's upgraded to 10 with Edge. Okay. So, does everybody know how to get to, probably not, get to the properties of your computer? So, if you're
Yes.
on Windows 7 or I mean Windows 10, um in the bottom right where you type, where you're able to click and type in the search bar, I want you to type computer, and I think on Windows 10 it comes up as this PC or something like that. You should be able to, and if you're on your Windows 7 machine, type the word computer, and you'll see a list come up under programs. It'll say computer. If you right click on it, at the bottom of the menu you'll see properties, and I need you to go down and click on properties, and it'll open a window that looks, I'm gonna share my screen, hold on, looks like this. Can everybody see that?
Yes.
So that's the properties of your computer. My computer has an Intel i5 processor that's operating at 2.40 gigahertz, and I have 8 gigabytes of installed memory, and I have a 64-bit system. And as we go along in the class, you'll learn all about that stuff. But I need to know the specs of everybody's machine.
Okay.
Basically I need to know how much RAM you have installed, whether you're running a 32-bit or 64-bit OS, and your processor. And you could type it in chat when you find it and let me know if you're having problems finding it.
Here it
Somebody, who that making all that noise? Oh, Zakia, I think you were not here when I said if you're not speaking to mute your microphone so that we don't get feedback and or background noise.
Okay, I'm on my phone
Oh,
because I did
uh,
my piece on the PC, but I'm not sure if I can hear. I'm not sure if I can if the headphones are work. I had them working last week, but I couldn't tell this week. So you're getting a
oh,
feedback.
no, I'm not getting feedback, but we can hear everything that's going on.
Oh, movement. Okay, yes. I moved to another room.
No, 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 no. It's fine. I'm just saying, like, you gotta be able to mute whatever's, you know what I
Okay,
mean? Like, even if you're on your phone, mute your phone
okay.
so
Yeah, I
that,
can mute.
you know what I'm saying? Only so when you want to speak, you
Mhm.
unmute it so that, I
Okay.
mean, you might, need to yell at a kid or something like me. So, um, we just ask that you mute your
Okay.
microphone when you're not
I can mute.
speaking so that we don't hear everything that's going on in your living room,
Gotcha.
dining room, whatever. Now what did you say was going on with your
I got
computer?
you.
Why you're not doing it from the computer?
Um, I couldn't tell it. I couldn't. I was trying to set it up like I did last week so that I could hear through the speaker
Uh-huh.
through the headset.
Uh-huh.
But for some reason this week I couldn't figure it out, so I just decided to do it on the phone so I could at least hear everything that's
Instead of
going.
coming into the classroom and letting me, that was the point of this class.
I don't know. I,
To get
but I
the
want.
computer working the way it's supposed to work
It's work.
so that you
I
could take
believe.
the class.
I believe the computer's working, and I think it's me. It's working because it's a new computer. It's just that I wasn't. What did I just do? I wasn't. I don't know. I guess because of everything that was going on today with me, I guess I wasn't doing it right. But
Okay. So I want you to try to log on a computer and come into the hangout on a computer. So I can't fix it if I
oh,
can't see it.
okay, hold on.
Okay. Glenn, I'm not trying to put you on blast, but 1 gig of RAM, homie, that's not gonna cut it. Okay, so the reason why I asked that question is because Jay, did you write something? It it says but I think it's upgraded to 10. Jay, are you able to get into the properties of your computer? If I have Cortana, I have Windows 10. Did you type in the search bar on the bottom right, like I asked? If you type computer into the search bar, it should either give you computer or this my search bar. I mean bottom left. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. And I'm left-handed, y'all. That's why everything in my life is backwards. But anyway, bottom left. That's where you should be typing. Type so that it will either say computer or it will say mm, this PC, I think. And you can right click on it and get to the properties. Uh, 4 gigs of RAM. And go ahead. What you going on Micro Center for, Glenn? To buy more? If that computer is that old, I don't know what your maximum capacity is going to be. And that was the point of me asking that question. So, Glenn, do you have the capacity to share your screen? Let me stop sharing for a second. Mm, I ain't gonna tell you to spend no money. I did not tell you my favorite price was free 99. Um, i5 4 gigs. Okay, I ain't mad at that. So the reason why, Glenn, I'm not telling you to spend money on a laptop, but if you want to be able to utilize to be able to okay, the reason why I asked everybody about their specs is because I wanted to know how much RAM you have in your computer right now. Because the fastest way to speed up your computer is to add RAM, right? So RAM is random access memory. Basically, it allows you to run a whole bunch of different programs at the same time and gives the computer the random access memory, meaning the give and take temporary move it all around memory, to be able to do multiple things at the same time. So that's why RAM is important in situations like virtualization, right? When we create virtual PCs on a computer, and we're gonna talk about that. So you might not know what I mean, but um, so one of the first utilities that I wanted to share with y'all was Glenn, did you say you were able to share out your screen or not? Glenn, you already got like recruited as my assistant, at least for this class. On the left, got my left and right together now, y'all. On the left side of the Hangout screen, if you go all the way to the left, you should have some icons, the chat icon, the screen share icon, and then the camera and settings and all that. So, if Glenn, if you have the capacity to share out your screen, let me know. So I added. It'd have been nice if I would have did the www. So on crucial.com, right? Crucial makes memory. They make RAM. They're one of the biggest RAM manufacturers in the game. So they have a utility on their site that once you download and run the utility, um, wait a minute, be you hold on, guys. People still trying to get in. Bum, bum, bum. Okay, so if you go to www.crucial.com, had to type in RAM to get Cortana. So what happened when you type the word computer, Jay? Glenn is sharing his screen. Oh yeah, oh yeah. All right, Glenn, go to www.crucial.com for me, please. Dun, 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 dun. Right. And I said it's either gonna say computer or this PC. And if you right click on it, the bottom of the menu, it says properties. Cortana is like Siri, but for Windows 10. Yeah, yeah, yeah. All right. So when you go to Crucial and you download this system analyzer utility, it tells you what motherboard you have. And once you know what motherboard you have in your computer, you're able to determine what's the maximum amount of RAM that you can put in your computer. And like I said, the fastest way to speed up your computer is to add RAM. Say, is it moving slow? I mean, Glenn, is it moving slow? I wonder if B got the link. Glenn, did you see the link to download the system analyzer? Yeah, because with 1 gig of RAM, trying to stream video and go to Crucial and download and have your email open that's a lot. 1 gig of RAM. We gonna definitely need to get you. But I want you to be able to run this system scanner so that we can see what the maximum is that you can put in this computer. That's what I'm trying to get everybody to be able to see from this particular exercise. Everybody needs to go to Crucial, and you don't have to do it right now, but download the scan program and then run it on your computer so that it can analyze it and tell you how much RAM you have and what the maximum amount of RAM that you can add to your computer. And if you can, max it out. Now, of course, Crucial is going to show you their prices and try to sell you the memory, but you do not have to buy the memory from Crucial. You can search for memory on fries.com. I told you I was addicted, right? Um, Micro Center, newegg.com, just like it sounds, new egg.com. And Amazon, eBay, things like that, to be able to buy RAM. Is it still downloading, Glenn? I can't see it. I wear glasses. Y'all know I wear glasses. Oh, it's finished. Oh, wait. No, that's the Essentials document. Did the exe file finish? Once it's finished downloading, I need you to run it so that yeah, we can see what's happening. Then we'll know exactly what the okay. So then we'll know what your max RAM capacity is, and then you'll be able to shop for RAM if you wanted to upgrade this dinosaur. I got jokes. But anyway, so everybody has the link to crucial.com, right? That's lesson number one from tonight. You need to go to crucial.com and find out what the maximum amount of RAM that your computer can take. Operating with 4 gigs of RAM, I'm recommending 6 or more if your computer can take it. Right now, I don't even know what my max is, but I have 8. 8 is more than enough to do regular computer stuff, surfing, video chat, Word documents, watching video, things like that, right? You don't really need a whole bunch of RAM unless you're doing virtualization or you're running a lot of stuff at the same time. Gamers, people like that, a lot of graphic intensive programs, then you need more memory. But I would recommend a minimum of 6. for everybody. And now you know you could go to Crucial, run the scan, and then you'll know what motherboard you have and the maximum RAM that you could get. Now you know a little bit more than a lot of the guys that even work at Best Buy or Fry's, because I've gone into Fry's and asked the guy for memory for a computer. I brought the computer with me, and he's like, I need to open it to be able to see what how much more RAM could fit in there. That's not gonna tell you. That's not gonna necessarily tell you how much more RAM can fit in there because it has slots for RAM on the motherboard, and we'll talk about all that. But like the computer that I had actually had four four memory slots, and then one of the memory slots was a 1 gig stick of RAM. So he's like, you can add 2 more gigs, but that doesn't tell you the maximum of the actual motherboard, because the motherboard could have a maximum of 6, right? Meaning you could put 2 gigs, a 2 gig stick in each slot. So that's why you want to be able to do the scan to know what motherboard you have and what the maximum RAM is, and not just how many sticks could fit into the amount of RAM slots that you have in your computer. When you get into laptops, it gets a little different, or a little bit more difficult to add the RAM to the laptop, because sometimes it's underneath the bottom where you could just take the bottom panel off and add it, and sometimes it's underneath the keyboard and you have to remove the actual keyboard off the laptop to get to the memory and add more. It's a little bit more difficult, but it's not hard. And once I show y'all, y'all gonna be like, wow, that's real easy. And the dudes at Best Buy charged me $120 for a RAM upgrade, and I could have did it myself and just paid $20 for the RAM or something like that. Okay, so that's still in progress. So now, does everybody have some type of antivirus on their computer right now? Don't all speak at once or type at once. What if you do? Type the kind of antivirus that you have. Okay, we got a AV. You don't have AVG and Defender running at the same time, right, Lynn? Oh, you got two computers though. Right. Okay. I wonder if B got. I sent her the link. I have. Once I click it, I sent to the Google Play Store. Click on the open button. Oh boy. Everybody clicked the link and was able to get into the room, right? I don't understand why it's not letting her get in. Uh, okay. Uh, Yeah, it's trying to take me to the same hangout. So I don't understand why it's not letting her do it. Back to this one. Okay. So, who we missing?
Yeah, well, I'm in. I didn't have
Who's that?
Zakia. Zakia.
Okay. So Zakia, you on your computer now?
Yes.
Okay. So are you able to get to the properties of the computer to tell me how much RAM you have and your processor and all that?
I'm gonna look. I'm looking now. I know it's 64. I was in it earlier today, but I'll go back and check.
Okay. So you got sound, so you worked something out. You said it wasn't working at first.
Hold on. I think it was just I don't know. Yeah, but
Okay.
it worked right, so I guess I had it set up okay.
That's what's up.
Okay.
Glenn, we still waiting for this scan with this 1 gig of memory. Lord have mercy. But let me see. Let me see what I got going on over. Wait, that's the wrong one. Sorry. That one. I'm trying to think if the last time I ran the scanner on my computer. Okay. So let me see if I could share my screen so I could see how we go with this. Okay. Everybody can see my screen, right? Say yes. It's all right, Glenn. We're gonna get you good. We're gonna get you up there. Download the scanner. You see how quick that download was, Glenn? 2.5 seconds. Open, crucial, yes. And scan in progress. Dun, 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 dun. It better not take a long time, make me look bad. Okay, so Glenn, you can stop it so that your computer P Compact Elite Book. Y'all know HP bought Compact. That's what it says that. It says memory, maximum memory, 8 gigs. Slots, two banks. So I'm maxed out because y'all know I got 8. Because I put my, if you could, Glenn, I'm way ahead of you, buddy. I told you, 2.5 seconds. And like I said, this is proof positive that the fastest way to speed up your computer is to add RAM. This computer came with 4 gigs of RAM. I added another 4 to speed it up. So everybody, y'all saw how I. Oh wait, let me go back. Application window. Okay, so y'all saw how I went to and the scan went through really quickly, and then it gives you the report of your machine. It has my chipset because certain processors and are compatible with certain chipsets. Y'all see my storage? I only got
Yes.
24% free on this hard drive, which is freaking ridiculous. But that's because I got a lot of video and I like backed up old computers and dumped it onto this computer. And but I have an enclosure to be able to clone it. So I need to get I'm just gonna buy another one and then clone it to the larger drive, and then it's gonna be fine. Okay, B is still trying to get in the class. I clicked both. I got the same result. I don't understand what's going on with her and trying to get in. Let me see if it let me stop screen sharing. Invite, invite by email, paste, invite. Okay. Now, so everybody clear? Invite through. Somebody's mic is open.
Mine is, I wanted to, this is Zakia. I wanted to tell you what my system information is.
You can't type it in the chat.
I'm not seeing, is that the box on the left? The chat box on the left?
Well, if you move your mouse to the left, it shows the
Mhm.
icons at the top. The top
At
icon
the
should
top
be the
left?
chat, and if you click it,
Okay,
it'll open a chat box either on the right
okay,
hand side or maybe on the bottom.
okay.
You see it? Glenn, did you get your results yet? Okay, so everybody clear on running the scanner at Crucial to be able to get your find out what your max RAM and max it out if you can, right? Because that's the easiest way to speed up your computer. So let me see. Oh, I don't even know what I did with my results. Anyway, so that's the first thing. So the next thing is let me so did you guys see the document that I added to the Facebook group yesterday? It said the all of the essentials that you need for the class. I'm trying to find it. Essentials tools, download links. Stay, leave. Okay. So if you okay, so that page is basically a Word document that has all of the tools that I use to speed up and clean up my computer. Okay, the reason why I asked you guys if you had antivirus is because I wanted to tell you that it's bogus, it's fake, it's a false sense of security. Doesn't really protect you against anything. Realistically, you don't even really see viruses anymore, right? I mean, we know they're out there, but the main things we see as malware, malware, spyware, adware, things like that. And we're going to talk about all of that. But um, I have the utilities that I use to keep my computer clean, safe, and all that, right? So the first one that I want to share is this is not about cleaning up and speeding up. If you use a computer somewhat regularly, sometimes people try to send you documents, and sometimes they may try to send you a large document, right? Or multiple documents at the same time. And a lot of times when they do that, they do what they call zipping up the documents into a smaller document to be able to email it to you or send it to you another way. Who was that just said something? Ryan, you just came into the class. Okay. But anyway, um, okay. So we need what's called an archiving or unzip program, right? A lot of times people see WinZip or WinRAR because some of the archive documents are dot the extension, which is the part of the document name after the period, is .rar. That's an archive as well. So you need a utility to be able to open zip files. And 7-Zip is a free one. So I'm giving you the link to 7-Zip to make sure that everyone has a a utility to be able to open zip files, because we're going to be sharing a lot of resources. I'm going to give y'all a lot of good stuff in this class. And a lot of time, okay, somebody's not muted. Ryan, you just entered, so you missed the part when I said if you're not speaking, I need you to mute your computer and or phone if you're on your phone, because so that we don't get the feedback. Thank you. Um so we're gonna be sharing a lot of resources. So you guys are gonna need some type of unzipping utility, and 7-Zip is free. Y'all know that's my favorite price. Um so make sure you download that. If you have WinZip or WinRAR or one of the other zip file utilities, have at it, knock yourself out. I use 7-Zip. That's the link for 7-Zip. Second thing, well, third thing, right? Does everybody have a PDF file reader installed on their computer? So if somebody sends you a PDF, you'll be able to open it and read it. Adobe Acrobat Reader is the most popular one. So just type yes in the chat room if you do have one. Dang, I did. How many steps today? Okay, good. My video is freezing. Oh, that's yours, Glenn. You can stop sharing your screen, Glenn. I told you that's slowing down your computer. So you could stop sharing. Right. So everybody needs to have a PDF reader. If you have a PDF creator, that's even better. But everybody needs to have a PDF reader, because if we send our documents in PDF format for you to be able to read them, you're going to need to have a PDF reader on your computer. Does everybody have Microsoft Office or Microsoft Word to be able to open Word documents? Yes, Sophia. Okay, I can only max this laptop to 2 gigs. Okay, yeah, Glenn. Uh, if you like it, I love it. If you're not doing too much on the computer at one time, Glenn, you should be fine. Um, I, I don't know what your video viewing experience is going to be like with only 2 gigs of RAM. If you try to do something else while you try to stream a video or whatever, but um, yeah. By the time you finish this class, you'll be building a desktop. You'll be fine. So everybody has a PDF reader and some type of program to open Microsoft documents, or like PowerPoint presentations or uh, Word documents, such things like that. There's always a free option. They got one called Open Office. Open Office that has all of the options. It's just not called Microsoft Office. We have programs that are what we call open source and programs that we call proprietary. So if you think in terms of cell phones, right? For iPhones, all of their apps are proprietary, meaning you can only get them from that one source, the App Store, unless your iPhone is jailbroken. That's broken. That's a whole other thing. But usually, you can only get and create apps for the iPhone through the App Store. And conversely, with Android, it's a whole bunch of different Android developers. You could get a bunch of Android apps from a bunch of different places outside of the Google Play Store. That's what's called open source, meaning you can get it, edit it, change it, do whatever you want with it as a developer. So if you don't have Microsoft Office, Open Office is an open source version of the same thing, and it allows you to open all those different documents. And Google has a resource as well. So we got being able to open Office documents, being able to open PDFs, being able to open um, zip files. Okay, so the next thing is CCleaner. CCleaner is a utility used to clean your computer. Some people try to refer to it as crap cleaner to get all the crap off your computer, or just computer cleaner if you want to be nice about it. Um, Always, like I said, when you click the link, download the free version. The only difference, I mean, there are some differences in versions, of course, because they want you to spend your money to buy the paid version. But the free version doesn't update automatically, meaning you have to click on the actual program and go into it to be able to update it. But it's a great utility. And let me see if I have mine probably needs to be updated. View. I never view my desktop icon. Show desktop icons. CCleaner. Here we go. Okay, so if I'm sharing out my screen, application window, here we go. So CCleaner, right? So CCleaner, you see here at the beginning is the cleaner. So you would analyze the system and it'll tell you, oh, but yeah, we don't have to stop this. You got to close your browser and all of that to be able to run it. But this is like a basic. It'll analyze your computer and then it'll say you have temporary internet files or other things on your computer that's slowing it down that you don't need, right? So you will analyze your system and then run the cleaner, and the cleaner will delete all of the files that you don't need. It also has a utility to look at your registry, and we'll talk about the registry later on in class. But it scans your registry for issues and allows you to fix and or remove the issues. It has other tools. This one, the startup, being my personal favorite, because a lot of times your computer is slowed down because programs start automatically at startup. You see I have a bunch of stuff here, but the majority of them, I need to go in and delete them, but the majority of them are not enabled. So you can go in here and disable or delete from your startup menu anything that you don't need to use. Like Spark, I don't use it anymore. I could delete it from my startup menu. It's still on a computer. You have to go into the control panel to be able to delete the actual program, but um, it gives you the option to clean up your start menu, which adds to the productivity of your computer. Other tools, options, I don't really go into, but you can explore on your leisure. System restore, we'll talk about later on in class. A drive wiper is basically cleaning up the free space on your disk drive. Contrary to popular belief, just because you format a drive, the data is still there. Formatting it only deletes the file system. So then you can't really get to it. But it's still there because if the alphabet boys come to your house and seize your computer, trust and believe, formatting it is not going to help you. So for security, um, you recommend that you do 7 passes. They go all the way up to 35 to wipe out everything that's on the empty space on your computer. So if you wanted to wipe out a drive altogether, then you would delete everything and then do the extended wipe to get all of everything off of the actual disk. But we'll talk about that later on in class as well. So that's CCleaner. Everybody download that and use it to clean up your computer. Any questions so far? Because I'm rolling, rolling, rolling. And I know somebody might have some questions. Let me see. Page down. Khadija, look like I have to join tomorrow's class. Uh, did we get tomorrow? That was yesterday. That was today. Sorry, y'all. It's people still trying to get in, and they haven't as of yet. Let me check my messages. Get P blue. Okay. Let me go back here. Okay. So Zakia, you said you have a question. Okay, so everybody clear up to this point, yes, with all of the other utilities and CCleaner. Even if you're not doing the download slash install right now, I need you to copy these links. Maybe, well, they're all in that document, that one document that I uploaded to the class. So you have all of the links on that page. The next one is Glary Utilities. Pasting the link. Do 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 do. And so Glary Utilities is another utility to clean up your computer. It gives you a bunch of different options. These are all utilities that Peter and I have pulled together that we use on our machines to speed up and clean up and optimize your computer. So Glary Utilities is another cleanup utility and that you would use for your computer. Now, Spybot is a program that searches for and removes spyware. Spyware is a type of malware. Malware is a combination of two words, malicious software. Um, and spyware is just like it sounds, software that's used to spy on you while you're on your computer. So it records, it can do anything from recording keystrokes to recording the web pages that you go to. That's how a lot of advertisers attach these different utilities to things that they allow you to download or something that you download and install. A lot of times when people install programs, when you do the download and then you open it and it takes you through the menu and it has the word next and you agree and then people just click next, 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 right? And they're not really paying attention. They're just trying to get to the end so that they can do the install. A lot of times you clicking next, 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 it has some check boxes that are checked and you just giving them permission to install a whole bunch of other stuff. malware, spyware, adware, things like that. That we'll discuss in the class, but don't do that just clicking next. Make sure that you, when you click next, you look at the screen and read it and see exactly what it's asking you from one screen to the next, so that you don't inadvertently download stuff that you don't want on your computer. Any questions so far? Why are my eyes burning? Let me close. See cleaner. So Spybot was the last one. Then we have, wait a minute. Spybot. Malware Bytes. Malware Bytes is a utility used to scan all kinds of malware and remove it from your computer. So that's another utility that we use. Like I said, guys, either you can click on a link and download this stuff now, or you can use the document that I uploaded in the class to access all of the utilities and download them and install them to optimize your PC. But what's the biggest, quickest, and fastest way to speed up your PC? Somebody? Anybody? More RAM. That's right. And RAM is what? Let me give y'all this. Okay. So Malwarebytes and then PeerBlock is a utility that's used to hide your IP address, kind of like you searching in private so that nobody can see what you're doing, but like it's not really private. Anything you do on the internet is not really private. So if the alphabet boy, when I say the alphabet boys, I mean like the FBI, the CIA, IRS, they try to come looking for you. If they want to find what you're doing, they can find it. So that's peer block. So we want to use that in as well. And then last but not least, oh, when I was talking about antivirus and how I was saying that it's not, it's a false sense of protection. It's not really thing that these utilities don't do. And there aren't many quote unquote viruses that people are releasing nowadays. It's more so, most of the time you'll get a virus or something if you're going to sites where you getting something for free, right? Downloading movies, things like that. If you don't know what to look for when you're in those spaces that give you an indication that it's probably a virus, then that's how it happens. A lot of times some of these utilities block them. But we do, so all of the antivirus companies come out with two versions of their software: the consumer version and the corporate slash enterprise version. The corporate slash enterprise version is for businesses, right? So these businesses pay tens and thousands of dollars for this antivirus, anti-malware, spam, internet security software. So that version is um at a higher level than the one that we purchase on a consumer level. But we happen to have a corporate slash enterprise copy.